Hello.
Oh, hell no!
What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. I got taken over. As you can see, my daughter thought it would be really funny to make fun of how I intro my show, but you know what? Whatever. I'm sticking with what I'm doing because I know you guys love it. All right, let's talk today about something that we need to be speaking about. I did a Instagram post about this and I took a poll wanting to know how many people were going to be down for this and how many people were not going to be down for that. And what I am referring to is the COVID-19 vaccine that is soon to be released to the public. Now, before we talk about the vaccine, well, we're going to talk about the vaccine, but before we get into the details of it, I want to give some information to people so that as we're speaking about it, you can start to formulate some thoughts about whether getting this vaccine is going to be the right thing for you. So here's what the numbers show. Now, you guys, this is information that you can look up if you want to look it up for yourself, okay? And I highly suggest that you do your research because I'm appalled at how easily influenced people are these days and how much they listen to the media when they try to tell you certain things to try to shift you in a certain direction. But this is nothing to play with, you guys. We are talking about injecting something into your body, okay, that has had a lot of testing, okay, but not the amount of testing that a normal vaccine would get. Typically, it takes years to release a vaccine because you have to go through the proper trials, making sure that it's not going to, have any adverse effects, that it's not going to be like over the long term, you're not going to have some type of issues over a period of years. So this particular vaccine, while the testing has been sped up, right, in an effort to get it out, we don't know what the effects of this vaccine are going to be 3, 4, 5 years down the line, okay? There are people with the flu vaccine that, have gotten it every year, and then all of a sudden they start to have, other issues that could be potentially related to getting the flu vaccine, okay? So understand that this particular vaccine trial is not going to have this type of information up front, okay? Now, I personally have seen just a few reports because they are very hard to find on social media or on YouTube of people that have actually participated in the trial for the COVID vaccine. But the ones that I have seen have been a little bit alarming to me. There are some people who have had reactions, like outward reactions on their skin. One particular lady I saw, it almost looked as if she had some type of flesh-eating disease. I believe it was on her feet or on her legs, but there were chunks of her skin literally missing, okay? She said that her body hurts all over. And she had COVID and took this medication and got better, but now she's suffering from these adverse effects, okay? So that's a little alarming. Then you hear on the really extreme part of the spectrum, people saying that they just don't feel like themselves. One lady was quoted saying she has never felt further from God in her life. And that right there frightens me to death. Like when you hear somebody talk like that, it makes you wonder, like, why would she say that? Like, why would she feel that way? And it's because she says since getting the vaccine, she doesn't feel the same as a person, okay? I myself, one time, and I did a video on this, took a medicine for something that I had called doxycycline, okay? And I had done no research on this medication prior to it because obviously my doctor recommended it to me. I took it because I, needed it obviously to get past what I was going through. Later to find out that I could have taken something else. But when I started taking this medication, I couldn't really explain exactly like how I felt, but I kind of felt similar to what that lady was saying that I was mentioning earlier, that I just didn't feel right in my mind. Like I felt very like down and depressed, and I had really bad headaches. and my whole body ached. And even 2-3 weeks after stopping the medication, which I didn't finish it, it took quite a bit of time to cycle it out of my body. Okay. Now that's a pill. I can't imagine having something injected into your body. Now here are the facts. Okay. From the CDC, okay, now I know that this is not what the media reports, because the media likes to tell you that every day, there are, thousands and thousands of people getting infected with COVID-19, but they don't tell you about the number of people that are actually recovering from it. But from the CDC, the numbers show that 99% of people that contract COVID recover from it just fine on their own. Okay. Now, myself, I got COVID. Okay. I did not take any medications. My doctor said to me, you have very, very, clear symptoms of COVID. However, I did not have a fever. That was the only one that I didn't have, but I had everything else. I had like the loss of taste, the loss of smell, the body aches, the exhaustion, the headaches. I had a sore throat. But she said to me, unless you start to get a fever, which is an indication of an infection somewhere in your body, let your body fight it. Okay. I love my doctor. I love that she always tells it like it is, but she said to me, let your body fight it on its own. Your body knows what to do. Okay. So I didn't take any medication. I just rested. I took some Tylenol, for the aches. And within 4 days, I was feeling better. Now, it did take me maybe like another week or so to feel 100% better, but I progressively felt better, okay? So CDC will tell you that 99% of people that get COVID actually recover from it just fine, just like I did. Now, some of those people may have to be on hydroxychloroquine or a combination of some medications, depending on what their situation is. I myself didn't have to take any medication, and I recovered just fine. Now, the statistics with the vaccine, and this is straight from Moderna, okay? I didn't look at the percentages with any of the other vaccines, because I think there's like 4 or 5 other companies coming out with the vaccine. But the statistics from Moderna is that 94% of people that receive the vaccine will not get COVID. So 94% will not get COVID if they get the vaccine. So what that tells you is you getting the vaccine isn't 100% guarantee that you're not still going to get COVID-19. It's just going to lessen your chances. Okay. So it's similar to when you go out and get the flu shot. Many people go get the flu shot and then they immediately get sick and they have the flu. Okay. Because essentially you're injecting yourself with the strain of flu that is going around at that time. Okay. So as a virus continues to go from one person to one person to another person to another person, it evolves. Okay. The molecular, part of me, because I'm not a scientist, but the molecular buildup of that particular virus kind of shifts and changes. So at no given time can the vaccine, 100% guarantee you full protection against whatever strain you're coming into contact with at that particular time. So just looking at those two numbers, the 99% not getting the vaccine, contracting COVID, and just letting it take its course and fight it on your own, and the 94% chance of not getting COVID if you take the vaccine, but that again doesn't guarantee that you won't get COVID, okay? The key here is if you have comorbidities, okay, you have heart problems, asthma, weight issues, overall your health is not good, diabetes, okay, which all of those things, when you have any type of disease residing in your body, okay, your body starts to inflame itself, okay? Because the inflammation is an indication that your body is having to create, I think it's either white blood cells. I believe it's white blood cells. Again, I'm not a doctor, so I'm going to disclaimer that right now. I believe it's white blood cells, but it could be red blood cells, but it starts to create more, okay? In order to fight whatever it is that's going on in your body. If you have a pre-existing condition of like being overweight or having a heart problem or having asthma that has been living in your body for a long time, your body is already in a constant state of inflammation and in fight mode, if that makes sense, okay? So here comes COVID-19 and adds on to those already pre-existing issues. So your body now has to create more ammo to fight this disease on top of what you already are fighting, okay? And that's what causes the inflammation, and that's really what causes the problems. Now, if you're a healthy person and you don't have a lot of inflammation in your body, that's the difference between somebody who can fight it versus somebody who can't fight it, okay? So in my personal opinion, and again, I'm going to state this, I am not a doctor, I am not an expert, okay? But in my personal opinion, you would be better off to focus on getting healthy, okay? Now, I know there are some conditions that some people are born with that are a lot harder to reverse once you have them, but it's not impossible to do things that are going to make you healthier, okay? And make you more able to fight things that may come in contact with your immune system, okay? That would be working out. That would be eating foods, okay, that don't cause inflammation in your body. Like for instance, okay, eating dairy is something that causes inflammation in your body, okay? Eating meat, red meat, causes inflammation in your body. Some people have naturally more inflammation than others, but I'm just educating you. Those are the facts. Those things cause inflammation in your body. There are also foods that will fight inflammation in your body, okay? That's why a lot of people, go vegan or go vegetarian, because those types of foods will reduce and fight inflammation in your body. And that is to your advantage, that you have as little inflammation as possible. Now, signs of inflammation are when you wake up and you're puffy or you're swollen or you're always retaining water. There's plenty of other symptoms of inflammation, but those are just some of like the outwardly, effects of having inflammation in your body. Okay. So I just wanted to give you guys that information so that you can, better educate yourself. And I fully recommend that you go out and do your own research for yourself to figure out if what I'm saying is correct. Okay. Now, I cannot fathom somebody listening to the 99% number and the 94% number and saying, you know what, I'm going to go get this vaccine, even though I don't have any issues, because I'm being told that if I don't get it, I'm going to die, I'm going to be sick, whatever the fact may be. Okay. Let me hit you with another question. I think if you have issues, if you have health problems, you may want to look at getting the vaccine, but you still may not want to. It's all up to you. That's a personal choice, okay? But let me ask you this question. Today, I was listening to a podcast, and I'll link to it below. It's a very short clip. It's nothing, major. I think it's a few minutes. But former President Barack Obama went onto this podcast and stated that and I don't think the clip that I'm putting here, but I'll link to an article where he said this. But he basically stated that he is willing to inject himself with the vaccine on camera so that people can see he's getting the vaccine. Okay. Now, 2 questions here for that. Number one, how do we know that what you're getting injected is the actual vaccine? You could be doing this for show, because as we all know, the left has made President Barack Obama, or former President Barack Obama, the poster boy for the Black community in particular, the poster boy for the Black community. And of course, there's people on the left that are not Black that love him absolutely, to death, and will defend him and everything he does. Okay. But you have to ask yourself, why is he trying to convince you so much to get the vaccine? Why would he need to get the vaccine? Is he sick with pre-existing conditions? I don't know. Does he have a concern that if he were to get COVID, that he wouldn't be able to fight it? I don't know. Do we know that he hasn't already had COVID? Okay. A lot of people have been, prior to the whole COVID pandemic, were sick. My husband actually was one of them. He was sick, and before this all came out, and he now, looking back, really swears that he had COVID-19. So, I'm not so convinced that everybody hasn't had it at this point, but you have to ask yourself, why is he so dead set on convincing you to get the vaccine? Why is it that you can't just choose for yourself? Why do they want to ensure that everybody gets this vaccine. I don't understand that. They didn't do that. They're not pushing that hard with the flu. They're not pushing that hard with other vaccines, okay? In the past, if your religious beliefs were such that you did not believe in getting vaccinations, you simply had to state that. I, by religious beliefs, do not, believe in getting vaccinated, so I choose not to do that, okay? Do you hear of an overwhelming amount of people that are anti-vaxxers, dying of measles or mumps or any other thing? No, you don't. You don't. The media, if it's happening, we're not hearing about it because the media is not reporting on it, okay? So that's an interesting fact right there. The other thing is this. If you feel like you have to get the vaccine, fine. Get it for your own, comfort or whatever you want to call it, okay? But if you get the vaccine and you're so sure that the vaccine works and you're so sure that you are now protected, why is it such a big deal for me to not get the vaccine? Okay? It's just like the conversation with the masks. If you have a mask on, why is it so important that I have a mask on? You are protecting yourself if you feel like masks truly do work as much as you say that they do. But why is it that I have to wear a mask if I choose not to? The key word here is choice. Why are they trying to take our choice away to get this vaccine? Okay? That is something that just does not escape my thought process because, it's kind of like with commercials, when you see a commercial over and over and over again, okay, why is it that they're trying to shove it down your throat so hard? Isn't it funny, speaking of commercials, and I work in the TV industry, but isn't it funny that you never see commercials about vegetables and exercise and working out? You see a lot of commercials for things that when you really truly look into it, like fast food restaurants, right? Insurance, medicine, you see commercials for those things, okay? But you don't see commercials for things that are truly good for you. You never see a commercial about, eating more salads or having a well-balanced diet, or even the benefits of going vegan or vegetarian or whatever the fact may be. You never see stuff like that. So, we have to question the programming that we're getting at all times, especially now. We have to question everything that we're being told, okay? And when you see President Barack Obama, the former president of the United States, willing to say that he's going to go on TV and get a vaccination for everybody to see that it's safe, what does that prove? What does that prove? What if in 2 months after getting the vaccine, he drops dead and y'all went and got the vaccine because he got it? What did that prove to you? Because he's Barack Obama? Are you really going to take advice from a man who is very close to getting indicted in federal crimes? Really? Are you really going to take advice? Why? Because he's black? Because you're black? You feel like you have to do what he does? Give me a break. I'll feel better if Trump gives him the vaccine. Okay, I even heard him say in this interview, he was like, the challenges is that the vaccine has to be kept at a certain temperature, so distributing it worldwide is a challenge. When I heard that, I was like, what are you talking about? Like, all vaccines have to be kept at a certain temperature, okay? You go to a doctor's office, they take it out of, whatever they have it in to keep it at that temperature, and they give you the vaccine. Is he referring to the fact that they're gonna have these long lines of people, and somebody just sticking everybody along the way? Like, that's exactly what I envisioned when he said that. And then I instantly jumped to the gas chambers in Auschwitz, where people were lined up, okay, at these concentration camps, thinking that they were going to be kept protected and saved. And little did they know they were going into a shower that was going to gas them and kill them. That's exactly what I thought about when I heard him say that. So I'm making this video because I want people to think before you make the decision to get this vaccine. If you have been healthy up until now, or if you had COVID and survived it, okay, why do you need to get the vaccine? Wait a little bit. Let everybody else go get it. See what happens there, okay? When a new cell phone comes out, and Apple comes out with a new cell phone, do you run out? Some people run out and go get it. Not me. I'm sitting around going, okay, well, let me wait until all the bugs get worked out, because it's a new version phone and there's gonna be some bugs. There's probably gonna be a sale, you know. I'm waiting. Same thing with the new car. I want to see what the reviews are. I want to see what happens when somebody gets in a car accident. Does that car completely crumble, or does the compartment that the driver's in, you know, remain intact? Is it a safe vehicle? We put more research into things like that than we do into something that we're going to inject into our body and not know what the results are going to be, what the effects are going to be. Do your research. Anyways, I want to know what you guys think in the comments box below. Drop a comment and let me know if you are going to be getting this vaccine and why, and if you're not going to be getting the vaccine and why. Don't forget to like this video. Don't forget to share this video. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Thank you guys so much and have a great day. Bye-bye.